pre-trib or pre-wrath. I really don't want to talk about mid-trib or post-trib, but as far as the rapture is concerned, which do you find most biblical and why? Pre-trib or pre-wrath? And can you explain a little bit what the difference is between the two?
Well, the difference really between the two is, when does the wrath begin?
The wrath of God, right?
Because we all agree, well, yeah, those who accept pre-wrath as the basis, they want to locate the beginning of the wrath in the middle of the tribulation, or even, like in the case of Robert Gundry, towards the end of it.
Okay.
That's where the wrath begins. So that's the issue. And because we are told in 1 Thessalonians 5 that God has not appointed us to wrath.
Right.
So in the wrath, in that context, 1 Thess 5, 2. Well, I'm having a memory problem here. But he's not appointed us to wrath, but to salvation. And by salvation, it means rescue from the coming wrath in the day of the Lord, in the context. Well, when does this day of the Lord begin? When does the wrath begin? And in favor of the free wrath view,
right,
they can point to scriptures in the book of Revelation that identify the wrath of God as occurring somewhere in the middle, or in the second half, or towards the end. But I don't think that's sufficient, because if you look at the 7 seals
right,
that open the book of Revelation, there's pestilence, warfare,
right,
and all this stuff is coming from heaven, from God, and it's clearly wrath. So for me, even if the word is not used, that's irrelevant.
Right.
The Bible says that the wrath of God begins with the opening of the first seal, and the opening moment of the tribulation.
Right.
So without getting into any more detail, that's the question. If you accept that premise, then you're pre-trib.
No, I like how you pointed out the whole seal judgments, because when you're in Revelation chapter 6, and you get in verse 1 with the first seal of the seal judgment, like you said, they're clearly being sent, if you will, from heaven, because it's the Lamb that opens it,
and they're not good stuff. They're his anger at the unbelieving world.
right?
It's his wrath. So, at any rate, that settled that problem with pre-tribulationism for me.
Definitely. And I guess, like you said, the argument could be, when's the wrath of God? Because from what I understand, they'll look at those judgments as mankind's aspect. But like you said, there's famines, there's pestilences. I don't know of any man that can really cause a pestilence, locust and plague. Now, famine maybe, but so I did appreciate that.